Hey y'all, it's me again, and today I would like to talk about the OtterBox for the Galaxy Z Flip 5. It's going to be a relatively short video. I just want to get right to the point and help you guys decide if it's worth buying. So let's get right into it. So the biggest pro to this case is that it's adding amazing protection for this phone. So not only does it sound really nice, no, it's a real quality piece. I do love the feel of it. The sides feel have that little bit of a rubbery feel, but it feels dense. It feels solid, and then the back is like a solid plastic to it. And then it even has hinge protection too. And I'm a stickler for that. When I buy a case for any folding or flip phone, 9 times out of 10, I'm gonna buy something that has hinge protection because the hinge matters too, and if you drop your phone in an accident and it lands on the hinge, there's a very good chance it's going to ruin your phone. And you paid a lot of money for that phone, you want it to last. Crap happens, accidents happen, and so you're looking for a case that provides as much protection as possible. And I can happily say that this case does provide that. I also like how it provides protection to the volume buttons right here as well. Some cases don't provide that, and some people like that, but I don't. I like having a case that provides protection to the buttons as well. The only thing that's really open on the side is the power button. That's because it is also the fingerprint scanner as well, so they don't want to cover that up. As we take a look at the front, we can see that the whole front display is usable. There's not going to be any issues using it, whether you're using gestures or using it as a display. It works as intended. This case does not interfere with the functionality of this phone. Not only does this add hinge protection, but when you open it, there's no bump or anything at the hinge, which is great. A lot of cases that provide hinge protection do have a hideous bump at the hinge, and I'm not a big fan of that either because it kind of gets in the way of the beauty of the device. I like having this flat, just having it all flat. It just makes it look real nice. It looks like a very solid piece, and yeah, I like it a lot. I think the last good thing about this case is just the colors. So this does come in three colors. It comes in the regular black. It comes in like this pinkish purple color, and then it comes in this nice baby blue jean, I think is what they call it, color. And it looks really nice. It's a very pretty color. And well, I guess there is one last thing I do like about this, and that is that there is a uh, dust port. No, forgetting what it protects the USB-C cover from dust. It's a little flap right there, and it's relatively easy to open and fit just about any USB-C connector in there. Now, there are some USB-C charging ports that will not fit in here, but the ones that I've used so far haven't given me any issues. Now let's get on to the things that I don't like about this case, and I think I want to say the thing that I really don't like about it is just the reliability. Now, for me, this case has been working fine. I haven't been using it uh, for 6 months straight, 5 or 6 months, however long I've had it. I haven't been using it for, let's say, 5 months straight. I do go through a lot of phones. I have the iPhone 15 Plus. I have my S23 Ultra. I have my Google Pixel 8. Oh, actually, it's right there. Google Pixel 8. I have my Pixel Fold. I have a lot of phones. I love technology, so I don't just stick with one phone for months on end. No, I'm constantly switching because I want to, because I enjoy technology. So I cannot tell you guys that this case will last you a long time because I don't know if it will. A lot of people have been reporting that the hinge cover thing, whatever you want to call it, this part right here is breaking, and that's because the little plastic pieces that are in here connecting this hinge to the case itself, people are saying it breaks, and I don't like that. Now, when I did order this and I first got it, there was this little black rubber piece. Let me see if I can show you guys. Right there, right in between the hinge and the phone itself. And I noticed that when I would open or close it, it would put like a lot more stress on the hinge part itself. So I ended up just taking it off. And so far, it's been lasting me. I've used this for a good amount of time, I will say, and so far this case has not given me any issues. But again, I can't speak on the longevity of this case because I don't use my devices for 6 or 8 months or even a year straight. Like I constantly switch, but so far it has lasted me. And I think part of the reason for that is because I did remove that piece right there. I don't know why they put that little black rubber piece right there in between the hinge and the phone itself. But I think that is part of the reason why this may break over time relatively easy. I'm definitely not a fan of the price because at the price of, I believe it was $80 when I bought it, maybe 70, but even $70 at that price, this case should last a lot longer, at the very least a year. But people are leaving reviews commenting about how this case has broken within 2 months, or even in some instances a month. And so to be paying that much money for something that's going to break super quick, it's not worth it. Even if you go through OtterBox's protection plan or warranty, and they send you a new case. What's the point of getting a new case if the same thing's going to happen within the next month or two? It really is a hassle for some people, and I understand why. Thankfully, that hasn't happened to me, but again, like I shouldn't have to worry about this case breaking within a year. It's just bonkers to me, spending that much money on something that breaks pretty easy. And the last thing that I'm not a fan of is just how much harder it is to open a phone. Now it's not impossible, obviously, but you definitely have to add a little bit more force to open your phone all the way, or even part of the way. And I'm not a fan of that, and neither are a lot of people. I've seen some people comment how they're not a fan of that. Some people like to open their phone with one hand, which I don't know why you'd want to either. You spend a lot of money on this beautiful device. You don't want to be just flipping it open. It's just, I don't know, to me it doesn't make sense. But I don't like having to use more force to open this phone as opposed to using something like, I had to get this real quick, as opposed to using something like Samsung's leather case. This case is very easy to put on, it's easy to take off, it adds hinge protection, and it's still as easy to open a phone up with or without this case. So, yeah, I wish OtterBox would work on that. Also, too, for those of you who are wondering, yes, wireless charging does work on this, but, well, let me rephrase that. Yes and no. It depends on the wireless charger you have. So, I noticed that with one of my wireless chargers bought from I don't even know who, uh, it wouldn't charge the phone. And I was like, well, shouldn't it work? I mean, I've seen some people comment that it works, and I tried it on a different wireless charging pad that I had, and it worked just fine. So, what I'm getting at is that wireless charging on this, I think, is really at 50-50. It may or may not work for you. And it is a bummer because I do like this case a lot. I like how it feels. I like the protection that it's adding. I like the weight to it. It adds a good amount of weight. It doesn't feel cheap, you know? But it's just, if you decide to buy this, make sure you don't pay retail price for it. Definitely don't pay retail for it. 70 or 80 bucks. If anything, I'd say at the very most, I'd spend would be like $40, and even that's kind of a lot because not only are you getting a case that may not last you as long, but you're also getting a case that may or may not work with wireless charging. And wireless charging to me, just like a lot of people, it does matter. I like to put this on the wireless charging before I go to sleep. So in the morning, this thing is charged. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I try to keep it short and I try to just really get to the point, things that are great about this and the things that are not great about this. To be honest, I could recommend this at $40, but anything over, I'd say do not buy it. It's a ripoff at anything over $40. Even then, I'd still be a little cautious at 40. But still, if you can find it for $40 less, definitely take a chance with it. I really like the build quality, and make sure to take off um, the black little rubber piece that is in between the hinge and the phone, because I've noticed that it does put a little bit less stress on the hinge itself. Anyways, if you guys like the video, please like the video, and by all means leave a comment. Let me know, anyone else buy the OtterBox case for the Z Flip 5, and if so, what is their experience with it? Do you have a really good one, or do you have a bad one for some reason? No, let's talk about it in the comments below. Anyways, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.